I wanted to talk with you guys about something that I've been thinking about over the last couple days. I got in a conversation with a gentleman that I had met, and I connected really well with him, and we kind of had a man-to-man talk, and one of the things that came up is people and the way that they deal with the youth. What do I mean by what I'm saying? I've come to see and I've come to notice that a lot of people, when they deal with the youth, they are trying to live through the youth and make up for the experiences that they themselves never had during their youthful age. They're trying to make up for what they never got by living it through the youth. And I think it kind of does a disservice because young people of today need to go through their own experiences. And if I'm going to be honest, and from my perspective, the young people of today, problems are more complicated and more complex due to the times that we live in, due to social media, due to an ever-changing world, due to a world that is less forgiving than the time that you grew up in, due to a world post 9/11, due to a world post COVID. All of these types of things that young people, Gen Z, have to deal with. And one of the things that also came up is that millennials are the first generation to actually do worse than their parents. And if the current trajectory continues, it's going to continue like that for each generation moving forward, at least here in America. So with that being said, I mean, that's just financially, but there's a lot of aspects, and I think the world that we're living in today is completely different than the world that you probably grew up in. And one of the things that I hate that people of an older age, I would say 40 and up, they do this, which is they discredit the youth's experience, or they discredit the youth's say so. At the same time, they're expecting to be respected by the youth. You cannot discredit the youth's experiences or brush off the youth's experiences and expect that very same youth to respect you in your experiences or what you have to say, because you're disvalidating or you're discrediting what the youth have gone through. I hate this idea. I hate this narrative. I hate this false manufactured image that the youth's problems are not real problems, because they absolutely are problems. They're far more complex than when you were growing up. And it also does a disservice, and it really shows just the lack of intelligence when older people do this, which is they believe that the youth have not really went through things when they absolutely have went through things, probably more than what you have went through more than what you have in your 40 years of existence. Maybe not to the same extent, but that does not mean that their experiences are not valid. And this conversation needs to be had because, first of all, one of the issues is we don't connect with each other. Like, the youth are misguided, and the elders really don't know what's going on. Like, a lot of them don't. And so the truth of the matter is we need both of each other. And I don't see how we're going to fight this system or beat the odds or just have a fighting chance if we don't take time to communicate with each other. I know the youth are fucked up. I know that babies are raising babies. I know that. But I'm just going to say this. The youth inherited the flaws of the previous generation. And it's not like the previous generations have given us much. The more recent previous generations have given us much to work with, because they don't even know what the fuck they're doing. People say the youth is soft. I agree. We are soft. I'm not a violent person. I'm not someone to be confrontational, and to some degree I am a pushover. I am. But with that being said, I think part of that, part of that is just my experiences that I went through. The second aspect is like, that does not mean that the youth are not strong in other capacities, in other areas, mentally, intelligently, technology, all of these things. And I think it's fucked up because the elder population need the youth in a lot of ways more than the youth need them. We're going to be the doctors. We're going to be the high-tech science engineers to build these